This is Paul Perotti from the Grappling Dads podcast, and today we're going to talk about how to fit in at your BJJ Academy. Before I started Jiu Jitsu over 10 years ago, one of the things that drew me to it was the fact that it was a tribe, a close knit group of people, if you will. I never did sports when I grew up, I was never part of a team, so that kind of appealed to me. I really wanted to be part of a team for once. And Well, I wanted to learn jujitsu, and I wanted to, at the time, I wanted to be tough, and I wanted to be, a cage fighter, whatever my reasons were. I also wanted to be part of a family, part of something bigger than just myself. So when I got there, I realized it's all true, except for I wasn't actually part of it. I was a bit of an outcast. I didn't have that close friendship, community feeling that I really wanted, and not for a long time. And I think a lot of people feel that way because they'll listen to Jocko, they'll listen to Joe Rogan, they'll listen to podcasts like this, like Grappling Dads, and they'll go, "I want that too. That sounds like fun. It sounds like they're having a great time and they're always laughing. They're growing together, they're helping each other out, they're pushing each other." And then you get there and you're like, "Oh, this isn't what I expected. I don't feel like I'm part of the team. I feel like I'm an outcast. I feel like I'm always sitting in the corner. Nobody's talking to me. It's hard to make friends." Um, it it can be difficult. Um, what I want to tell you is hold tight, hold out a little bit. You can become part of the tribe. It just takes time. A lot of people that do jujitsu might be just like you. They want to be part of something. They might be introverts. It's hard to talk to people. So you might be going into a class or an academy that has a bunch of introverts that had to take a long time to get to know each other, to be able to be part of that team themselves. So I want to give you a couple tips and tricks to make that process go a little bit faster. And now if you're one of the salesman type, right? You're an extrovert, easy to talk to people. You might not have this problem. But if you're more like me, you have a hard time talking to people. You have a hard time putting yourself out there. You don't like to look stupid, if you will, in front of others. It's going to take a little bit longer, but as long as you're not a jerk, you'll get there eventually. So there's a few do's and don'ts about how to become part of that team. And one of the first do's is when you first come in, ask about gym etiquette. Bowing on and off the mat, make sure you wear sandals to the bathroom. Don't talk out of turn. Don't be that guy that asks 1,000 questions of, well, what if I did this instead when the instructor's talking, because that drives the instructor and everybody else nuts. If you have questions, sometimes they can just wait. So hold on to those before you make everybody upset. Other thing is actually ask questions. Like when you're meeting people, ask what got them into it. How long have you been training? Try to figure out more about your teammates and about you. Don't tell people about you right away. Try to get to know about them. Make them feel that you genuinely care about them, as you should. And the more you do that, the more you genuinely care and ask questions about other people's jiu-jitsu journey, if you will, the more they'll want to help you and get to know you and like you. If you're not friendly, if you don't smile, people aren't going to gravitate towards you. So smile at people, ask how they're doing. Just be genuinely cool to other people, and they'll come around. It might not be right away. It might take more time than you'd like to, but just act the way you want people to treat you. That's all I'm saying. Also give compliments. So if somebody's helping you out or showing you something, thank them, compliment them. They like to hear that. That's just a human nature, right? They like validation. A lot of people spend years in this sport, and when somebody compliments them and goes, "Wow, that was really cool. Thank you so much. That was neat. How'd you do that? How long did it take you to be able to do that?" People like to talk about themselves. So if you ask them about themselves, they'll come around. They'll start to like you. So yeah, ask about their journeys. How long they've been into it. Have they taken any breaks? How many days a week do they train? How long does it usually take to get a blue belt? Just ask them open-ended questions. Get to know them. Try to be you. You have to be the outgoing one sometimes to get people to want to include you in part of their family. A couple things you don't want to do is be creepy. Um, Hard to explain, right? So don't leer at the other girls in the gym if you're a guy. Don't only want to roll with them. The ladies in the gym are part of the family. They're sisters to the other men in the jiu-jitsu community. So don't try to date women in the gym right away. Don't be that guy. That's a big deal. Another thing is don't be the smelly guy. You don't want to come in and have other people avoid you because you didn't think to wash your gi after the last class. I know a couple of people that would say, "Well, I didn't really sweat in it, so it should be fine." Well, the problem is you're rolling on mats that are full of sweat. So you always want to take that gi, throw it in the washer, hang it to dry right away. Don't just leave it in the washer for 12 hours, 24 hours, and let it mold and rot in there because people will take notice and they're not going to want to include you in part of the family. They're just going to talk about you in a way that you don't want to be talked about. Don't try too hard either. We all know that person that wants so bad to be part of something that they just interject themselves in every single conversation. People don't like that either. So you want to let it happen organically over time. A lot of times you can latch on to that one person because oftentimes there's a lot of new people that start and you can start your own clique, right? So they're usually the two brand new white belts that kind of get stuck together because all the blue belts and purple belts, they have their friends that they want to train with. And maybe it shouldn't be like that, but often it is. So unless you have a gym where you get paired with an upper belt, yeah, sometimes, just kind of you'll be on the same page as somebody that's on your same page, brand new, doesn't know anybody, so you can make a friendship that way. When you're rolling, if you roll right away, if you have one of those gyms where, hey, your first class and hey, we're going to roll now, don't try to win at all costs because that's not going to make you friends. If a lot of people have the I'm just trying to survive mentality, like you're fighting so hard just not to tap out, nobody likes that. If you don't know any technique, you don't know any jiu-jitsu, don't try to win because that's not what you're there for. You're there to learn jiu-jitsu, not see how tough you are or see how long you can last with people that actually do know jiu-jitsu. So by trying too hard or trying to, I don't want to say hurt people, but try to get that tap yourself with very little to zero knowledge of jiu-jitsu is just going to make people mad. They're going to be upset. So don't do that either. And don't take too long to tap out. I've seen a lot of people that they're getting choked or armbarred and they wait till the last possible minute. They're just hanging on and they're killing themselves because they don't want to tap. Don't be that person. Just like you expect them to let go when you tap, don't force them to hurt you because you don't want to tap. Don't be that person. So there's a couple things you can do right off the bat to win friends and influence people, if you will. Just go easy, try to use as little attributes as you possibly can, pay some compliments, be cool to other people. Usually at the end of the class as well, don't be the person that tries to avoid cleaning the gym. Pick up a mop or a towel or whatever and be part of that. Don't just, change your clothes and head out the door as you see all the upper belts cleaning the gym. That'll go a long way too to help build that rapport with people. So that's what it's all about. Don't be creepy. Ask a lot of questions, but the right ones. Don't try too hard. Don't be the smelly guy. Don't try to murder people while you're there, and it'll come in time. Just don't force things. Give it time. You'll be part of the team. It just sometimes takes longer than you want it to. If you have any stories about what it was like when you first started, or if you have any tips or tricks, let us know in the comments below. We'll start a dialogue. Other than that, if you would like, share, subscribe, that'd be awful. It'd be awesome. Thanks. Bye. Hey, this is Paul from the Grappling Dads podcast, and today we're going to talk about how to become part of the BJJ family. In your gym? No, that doesn't sound right. When I first started, yeah, I almost quit because I'd heard that, hey, this is family. This is, yep, it's not working. growing up. I didn't do sports at all. I think I did the basketball team once, never made a shot. It wasn't my jam, so to speak. But anyway, I wanted to be part of something like that too. It seemed like it was time for, no, still, this sucks. Before I started